I choose 10 of over 400 received videos to comment and give a guidance in the first episode of Skill Check. Hey guys, it's me Victor, and the idea of this episode is not to applaud but rather to give a comment and a constructive direction that will help you improve your sport performance. And even if you're not part of this video, it's totally fine, because in fact a lot of us are making so similar mistakes, and I think it will be beneficial for everybody. So yeah, starting from beginner to advanced, let's go with the first athlete, whose name is Emerson, and it looks like he prepared us a straddle planche. Overall looks decent attempt, but what I'm focusing over here is the little details, which is the protraction and the posterior pelvic tilt. Both are missing. So don't get me wrong, it's totally fine to go for this type of attempts, but make sure you're not fully dependent on them. And in addition, you're doing some isolating exercises such as planche leans or dumbbell liftings for planche for the protraction, or hollow body hold and plank for the posterior pelvic tilt position. The last two you can also do right now on straddle version. And additionally, you can do some easier progressions, whether it will be with your own body weight, such as half lie positions, or go on the resistance band, where you can have better control and you can actually apply that activation. In fact, a lot of the things that you're seeing on the videos from the top athletes is not just a result of pure attempts, but also a lot of additional exercises that help them improve their form and their activation. And then after that, we're going for Marcus, who is doing again a straddle planche that looks not horizontal, but for me that's not so important. I'm looking at the protraction, which in this case is pretty good. So what I'll recommend him is continue doing this progression and trying to reach 8-9 seconds, something like this, and then after that opening that body. In addition, he can go for a little bit easier progressions on the resistance band, where he can try being horizontal and keeping that protraction, and he can do as well another exercise that is again with the resistance band, which is transition from that piked version that he's having right now to horizontal position, back to that piked version, and trying that thing multiple times. And during that movement, to be certain that he's keeping that protraction. I think really soon he can go for horizontal planche with a good protraction. Okay, now let's go for the next guy, whose name is Stefan, and he's the first one who is showing us today front lever. What I'm seeing is three mistakes. The first one is the pelvic that is getting lower than needed. The second one is the elbows that are not straight, and the third one that is not so big as a problem is the retraction. Looks like he can retract a little bit more. As you know, in the planche you need to protract, while in the front lever you need to retract, because we're working against the gravity. So in his case, I would recommend continue going for these attempts, but no more than 2-3 times during that training. And then after that, going directly for easier progression, whether that will be with a resistance band or his own body weight, but make sure that he's lifting that pelvic higher and he's having a straight arms with a good retraction. Then after that, he can go for inverted deadlift, which is just a great exercise exactly for feeling that glutes activation, and it will help so much with the straight form of the front lever. Yeah, so that's fastly set for him. Now we're having Romashka Boy. Before making any comment, I want to say that this guy is just a beast when it's about the dynamics. He's just on a world level, and if his statics are here, his dynamics are just over the top. So congratulations before saying anything for his statics. But enough with the good comments right now. Let's be a little bit critique and let's check the statics. He's starting with a full planche that is a little bit pike with not so good protraction, then going for the scorpion press. Yeah, that's not the best choice to be done multiple times during a training. It's fine, let's say, to do it in the beginning, but after that, be sure that you're doing a clean version in easier progressions. One arm handstand that I think he's capable to do better if he's doing only one arm handstand, single attempt. But don't do things like this, because that is shifting the weight center and it's spoiling the control. Then going for straddle planche, again a press that is better than the full planche press. Going down to a straddle planche with definitely not a good protraction. So what I'll recommend Romashka Boy is really not focusing so much in the combo day for this type of combos. I mean, he can go for, let's say, 2-3 attempts, but really don't focus so much on the scorpion press, because you're gonna get really strong, but only in the scorpion press. And yeah, volume sometimes is important, but it's only when we're talking about, let's say, 70-80% of the good performance. Yeah, and if it's really terrible, then it makes no sense. And I'm seeing a lot of guys, in fact, go for really crazy volume while the form is just terrible and really makes no sense. And additional, he needs to have days in which he is focusing on single attempt of planche hold, planche push-up, planche press. Over there to really put the phone away and to look at all the details, what's happening with the protraction, not to have that M shape. That is most of the time a sign that the person is not having a good protraction. That's what I'm looking when I'm judging the World Championships, for example, or any other competitions when it's about statics. But I'm definitely sure that he's gonna have better and better level in the coming years. All the best and good luck. Okay, right now the next guy whose Instagram is Damino SW. He's doing a full planche press that is having a decent form, but the only thing I want the next time to be fixed is the elbow. Always be sure that you're having that. Don't put more repetitions for now. Just try to clean that thing for next time you're really close there. And I'm seeing that he's also working on easier progressions, that's really smart, easier progressions with only one repetition where he can have more control. As you can see over here on that straddle planche, he's having a great protraction, great starting position, and then after that he's going for that press. I can say 80%, 90% good, maybe he can make it straighter, but it's totally fine right now to go for second repetition and increase a little bit more the volume. You see, if you're having such a performance, it's fine, but if you're having the scorpion press, don't think about adding more repetitions. And I'm seeing that he is doing as well straddle Maltese, that is with a great form, great protraction. Congratulations for this attempt. A lot of guys in his case would go for full version and probably will start hanging, having retraction and so on. So it's great to see him that he's not rushing the process and he's just sticking to the progressions that will allow him to have a good activation. So in this case, I'll recommend him continue doing this progression and getting more seconds, something like 8-9 seconds, and in addition going for attempts, maybe in this training, maybe another training, attempts in which he will go for full version but not as wide. For example, something in between wide full planche and full Maltese, and slowly with each training trying to widen and widen the grip. But good job. Okay, the next guy is from Bulgaria. His name is Denis Dimitrov. In fact, we've been working together with online coaching for more than 6 months and he made a ton of progress. So I'm so happy to see his video in this episode. What he prepared us is full planche push-ups with a resistance band, and to be honest, it's good to see him that he's horizontal, but it looks like he's skipping a little bit the last part of the push-up. So before going for second push-up, always make sure that you're making a good ending position of the first push-up that is really similar with the initial position of the push-up. Be certain that you're well activated, you're having a good protraction, good core, good lats engagement, posterior pelvic tilt, and then after that go for a second repetition, because if you're not having good activation after the push, then you're not gonna have a good activation during the second push-up all the time. So yeah, I want you right now to focus on the first initial position of the full planche and then compare it with the ending position of the second and the third push-ups. Definitely you can see the difference and the lack of protraction and the overall activation. Okay, right now we have Sot Workout, who is my neighbor. He's from Greece, I'm from Bulgaria, so we both are pretty close. He's showing us today attempt for one-arm planche that is leaving us with a question of whether it's one-arm planche or one-arm flag. In my opinion, is something in between, especially in the beginning. In terms of front to back, it looks like it's well balanced, but when it's about left to right, I think he needs to face his stomach more to the ground. And what he needs to make in order to fix that thing is leaning more with the right supporting shoulder and allow himself to get the torso more horizontal. Because if he gets the torso more horizontal, in fact the left part of the torso will go more to the left. Yeah, just think about it. And a lot of things are about analyzing and really looking at your attempts and thinking, nothing else but thinking. It's not all about, okay, I'm putting the music and I'm getting hyped and I'm doing it on a motivation. It's more about, okay, I'm thinking, and if I'm thinking, I'm doing what I think should be properly done, and then it's gonna happen. So yeah, these are my recommendations for him. But in my opinion, he's really close to really good one-arm planche, and I think pretty soon he's gonna get it. Okay, and after that we're having Simone. According to his name and the urban place, I'm pretty sure that he's from Italy. And he's doing Maltese lift from the ground, and after that Maltese press that is not finished. Again, Maltese lift from the ground. Yeah, so over here we have a perfect example of not well protracted Maltese. You can see how he's actually hanging. He's having a straight elbows, of course, yeah, but he's not pushing. You can see how he's hanging and he's doing that M form. That is just a sign that we're missing the protraction. And what I'll recommend him is going for single attempts of Maltese, in which he'll be mainly focusing on the protraction. I'm pretty sure that he can do well good protraction, but it's so hard for him to actually go to that position if he's lifting the Maltese from the ground. That's why the second thing that I'll tell him is to get the help of the resistance band and to make that lift from the ground with a transition from retraction to protraction, because in fact that's what separates the top athletes from the others. And also try finish the last part of the press, or maybe even with the help of a friend, but to be sure that he's also working in the last 20-30% of the move. And then we have Daniel, who is doing a planche lift with a push-up from the ground. And even though, guys, he's with a t-shirt, I can definitely see the lack of protraction in the end. Yeah, maybe for the regular people it will look really clean because it's horizontal. Yeah, it looks horizontal, but what we're over here looking is the small details. So yeah, you can go from time to time for this type of attempts, but really I'll recommend you going for easier progressions, whether it will be straddle version on a body weight or with the help of a resistance band, but to be certain that you're not only locking the elbows, but you're doing that additional push leading to a well protracted ending position. In addition, you can go after the training for scapula push-ups, which are the transition between retraction to protraction. You can do it with additional weights or just with a resistance band that will make the execution harder. And you see how just in a few trainings you're gonna get way stronger and it will be way easier for you to finish that move with a good protraction in the end. But congratulations for the attempt. I'm really sure that soon you're gonna have a better performance. Okay guys, and since till now I've been always criticizing, let's go for one guy for who it will be just a shame to make any critique. His name is Marco, he's from Italy, and I think that video is from Burning Gate. We see a really well protracted Maltese on fingers, then after that lift from the ground again on fingers while keeping good protraction, which is showing a class. And even Eric Barcy from the back is appreciating, with who really soon I'll upload a vlog. Then after that doing a push-up from the ground to a full planche while still having a good protraction. Yeah, maybe the legs are a little bit lower than needed. After that going for a front lever touch, which is showing that he's as well a complete athlete, not only doing planches. Now we have one bonus athlete who will serve as an example of how not to film your attempts. And as you can see from this angle, nothing is clear. You can see how horizontal it is, whether he has a protraction or not. And the same thing is for competitions. I'm really tired of people who are coming, doing a full planche, and the only thing I'm seeing is the shoes. And I can't be objective, I can't put any points because I don't know what's happening. So yeah, for next episodes, make sure that you're not sending me any videos like this. Alright guys, that was it. Only 10 athletes, but part 2 is coming and more will be featured. If you want to be part from the future episodes, make sure that you're sending me your videos on my email, link in the description. And in addition, I want to say that I'm providing online coaching. The coaching includes personal training program, setting goals and tracking progress. And if you somehow find this type of videos interesting and helping you, please do me a favor, hit the like button and leave a comment. Also subscribe to my channel with the bell to make sure that you're not gonna miss any of my new videos. So yeah, all the best until the next time.